Welcome to tonight's video. This is our new tropical depression specific that was recently designated an hour ago. This tropical depression 15 year probably should have been designated earlier than it did. I think one of the main reasons you can probably see now it's become better organized. You can see some has developed the well-defined circulation as noted by Angie Park in the past. Yeah, for some reason the NHC thought the circulation wasn't broad enough. When you can kind of see here where's the OC? You can kind of see here, it looks like there was a former wave axis net before a consolidated center as noted in the A-scan pass really has developed around here. And as a result, I was a little bit surprised to see why they NHC delayed the upgrade, but even if that didn't show a particularly well-defined center, you can see the visible satellite imagery indicating that the center in here is becoming more defined. You can see, look at the image, you can kind of see like a nice convective mass developing as in conditions as a result. While there is some shear, conditions are forecast to become more favorable for development upcoming days, but I'll kind of touch on that later. Let's quickly show you another dot in Eastern Pacific tropical cycle. I mean, there's still some of it left with some curved bands left. It's still struggling a little bit though. And the latest CPT estimate has a 55 knots, which is about right. And it's likely to continue as it kind of goes through the combination of dry air, cool waters, and strong winds that kind of kills it. It's going to eventually turn west, and whatever be left of it will likely turn to the southwest. But anyway, let's get right back to looking at the models. So here was how the 18Z GFS initialized. I will say, let's before I get on to the models, I will talk about what I expect this depression to do for a minute. Well, first of all, I expect this depression to become Linda, and to continue on like a west-northwesterly course, kind of typical of the Eastern Pacific. You can kind of see the west coast of Mexico right here, and it's probably some kind of main surf threat to Baja California and eventually Southern California, but that's about it. It's kind of too soon to say. There is a chance this becomes a strong hurricane. We're going to have to see. But the system can build it in a core quickly enough. I think the system could potentially make a run. The current NHC forecast brings the system up to 65 knots. I'll kind of get to this later. And then kind of touch on this later in later videos. The current NHC forecast peaked the system at 65 knots. And that probably seems about right, maybe a little too low, maybe a little too high. I mean, most of the consensus is agreeing on a strong tropical storm here, though. The models have been trending upward, and the ships and LGM both make this a minimal hurricane. You can kind of see the way system's organizing. It may not even be that far off the tropical storm intensity. Yeah, you're kind of starting to see that kind of curved band signature starting to develop. And if that continues, it's likely to become a tropical storm overnight. Anyway, here's this GFS run. You can kind of see it's forecasting this to slowly develop over the next 30 hours. Become decently organized, yet they don't make it particularly strong and turn it west to a ridge. As it kind of gets blocked under the ridge, doesn't really do much fluctuation in intensity, and kind of, this is a little bit of an outline in terms of traffic because this unrealistically intensifies the system at a high, north of 25 and I don't know, this seems to be a GFS problem right now. GFS has been having, they had this issue with both Ignacio and Hamad, they made us too strong at higher latitudes. With that said, the intensity consensus is also, the intensity guidance has also been probably performing a little bit too low here. The dynamical models have been performing too high, just judging based on the weakening tropical cyclones over cool waters, judging on how the models have performed this season. So I think this ends, besides, this is really the only model that brings this far west. West. The majority of models keep it much closer, and I think that's more likely to materialize just because of the fact that we're likely to be dealing with at least some sort of tropical cyclone that's likely more likely to get pulled off by some troughing up here, more likely to at least cause a as the system tries to erode the eastern edge of the ridge, is at least going to cause some northwesterly movement for at least some time. Maybe a turn to the west eventually. Now another thing now, which actually gets a little bit tricky here, is what's actually forecast to happen. Now let me go through the HWF one, and I'll talk about that. But here's the HWF situation. HWF actually kind of has a tendency to bring systems up too fast. I think this is a pretty good example of this. They tab the system up in 36 hours, the 985 millibar hurricane, which I kind doubt. I mean, we'll see, I guess it's possible, but I don't think conditions are that favorable. I mean, there is still some moderate wind shear, which is forecast to last. I think the scarred size, at least the GFS and European models are showing a large system, will at least cause some delay in building inner core. Eventually, the system will have time level low shear, and as soon as the system can take advantage of it, I don't see any reason why we can't have a strong hurricane. And you can see that, yeah, I'm just going to bring it to around 967 millibars around a little under 3 days, and then slow weakening thereafter, which is probably the most reasonable in terms of intensity timing. Probably the model of all the storms I want to stick with. Let's look at the European one. European's more like the GFS for a while, and then, but they don't bring it as far west, and they actually weaken it a bit. Now let's notice on this little thing that forms at hour 1, at a little like day 6, day 7. Now the European model has been starting to detect the system kind of forming from an upper trough, kind of getting spewed out into the Gulf of California. When you have a system that starts to stall over the Gulf of California, the waters here are warm, so there's something to take advantage of it down and develop properly. And they can, even though this doesn't usually happen, when this does happen, you can sometimes get a powerful tropical cyclone. I mean, the European kind of has a southwesterly dive, and then it has this little clipping Baja. The GFS also depicts something, then also depicting a couple systems trying to form to the south. I'll show that here. You can here's the system I was just talking about that gets dipped. This will probably, assuming this becomes Linda, which it probably will, and I think this will probably form, maybe. Assuming this forms the first, this will likely become Marty. And these two systems to the south also bear watching. I think they're too close together for one of them two or not, probably won't develop, even though the GFS develops both, they eventually merge the two together, and eventually brings what would be the consolidated tropical cyclone near the Baja California Peninsula into Sinaloa. Anyhow, it's something to definitely keep an eye on. We still have, even though the activity is clamped down a little bit, we still have some exciting times ahead. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. So, thank you for watching, I guess. Bye!